Hey folks, Rob here. And if you watch my video of shooting the Iver Johnson, uh, had a few little issues with it. I addressed, like some loose screws, and the front sight post is loose, and up here this screw is too long or something at the bottom. This front sight base is loose. So I did email Iver Johnson, and this evening I got a response back. And they said no, that should not be like that, and they were going to send me a new screw. And I did link my YouTube videos into the link to my YouTube videos where I was addressing some of the issues. And they said, like, no, that shouldn't be like that. We'll send you out a new screw and try that first, and see if that fixes it. And the issue with the pin, the trigger pin walking out, he told me how to address that, and so we're going to give that a try tonight. I will actually enclose a link of the email that Chad from Iver Johnson sent me on how to take care of this problem right here. So, and I think we're going to have to probably pull off this pistol grip in order to take out our trigger group. So let me gather us up a Allen wrench. I should have already had that done, but I forgot that I was going to have to pull that. So let me get that. While I'm looking for that, I will insert a copy of that email for him describing how to do the fix on this. And I know Boomstick, you have a Hatfield that has the same problems. My Hatfield may do the same thing. All these guns are made in Turkey, so they're all kind of designed alike. If that fix will work for this pin, it'll probably work for the others. So I'll insert that right here, and you can be reading it while I'm looking for an Allen wrench. Okay, I found our Allen key. It is a 6mm, and of course the last time I worked on this, I put some blue Loctite on that screw because the grip had worked loose just a little bit. Sorry, I dropped my wrench. So this may be a little tight, but we're gonna attempt at getting this out of here. It's only blue Loctite, so shouldn't be too hard to break loose. And then again, it might be. There it goes. So we're going to remove our pistol grip here, and we may have to reapply a little Loctite to this when we get ready to reassemble. So this is what Iver Johnson said to try to do to fix this pin walking issue. So I'm going to take our little piece of leather here, lay this down there, lay that right there, and we're just going to knock this pin out. And as you can see, that pin comes out really easily. So we're going to remove our trigger group, and his fix for this was that this sleeve right here that goes through here should have a little bit of a crimp to it on each end. So his what he described in the email was to put a little bit of a crimp on that on each end. So let me find the pliers that I think I'll need for that. I don't want to get carried away with it, so let me see what I got over here that will do the best job for that, and we'll see what we can do with it. Alright, so I don't want to put too much pressure on. I got a little set of side cutters here. And I'm not going to cut this, but I just want to be able to, I don't think a pair of needle nose would be enough to maybe do that. I don't think the tips would be quite strong enough, so what I want to do is get a hold of this just a little bit, and I just want to give enough of a squeeze. I'm purposely using these small cutters just because I don't want to overdo this, and because I don't want to crush that. So, and then again, it might be stronger than it looks, and I might just grab it and give it a little bit of a, let's see if I can find my takedown pin and see if that made a difference. So, and yes, it did. I can already tell that little bit. So what we'll do is we'll do the same thing on this side. I hope I'm getting that right. Let's try these here. Although I think these may be too big. I don't know. Can you see that? We're just going to give that. It's hard to get those in there. So a little bit of a crimp. I can see it kind of, yeah, that one's got a pretty good crimp on it. So that will definitely hold that. If you can see, it's got a little bit of a flattened area here. So anyway, this was Iver Johnson's fix for this. As they said, this should have a little bit of a crimp on it anyway. So let's do this to same side now. Guys, I would if I was doing this, be gingerly. Don't overdo it, because I see the potential to, yeah. When that gets driven back in there, that's not coming out. So this was the fix that the factory recommended. Make sure your pin here is centered back on your group. And so let's stick this back in there and put our pin back through. Now we're not going to know if this works thoroughly until we actually fire the gun. I am going to remove any oil from that pin. It doesn't need to be oily. That might aid in its and I don't know if I mentioned to you, but they are sending me a new front sight screw to try first, to see if that rectifies the problem, which hopefully it will. I think maybe that screw is just a little longer than it should have been. Now we're going to line our pinhole back up here. Now I expect this is going to go through a lot tighter this time. So I'm going to lay that right there. We're going to take our hammer and that is in there. And I suspect that probably won't work out now. I suspect. But that was the factory recommended, or service technician who emailed me from Iver Johnson. That was their fix for that issue. As he said that it should have had some crimp on it from the factory, and that one was probably poorly crimped. So anyway, we're not going to make this super long. Clean some of this oil off of here. Let me grab my Loctite and we'll put this back together. So we got a grip screw here. We're going to reinstall some, we're going to put some Loctite back on this, just so that don't work loose. As you know, I Loctited the front screw, the back screw, I put some Loctite on that front sight, even though that screw is a little long. I didn't want to take a chance on losing it. So we're gonna put our, get some of this oil off these threads. Probably should have had something to clean that with a little better, but I don't have any alcohol or anything out here in the building. So we're gonna put a little bit of Loctite, just enough to hold these. Well, am I out of Loctite? Surely not. Hopefully I'm not out. Kind of feels like maybe it's dried up in there. Afraid to squeeze too hard. Afraid I'll shoot Loctite everywhere. And I don't know. Let me see if I got a pin out here. Alright, now maybe I can get some Loctite out. Sorry guys. Every one of my videos turns into being longer than I wanted it to. I think I'm just a poorly prepared person. That still ain't coming out. Hold on. Man, you would think as much crap as I have out here in this building I could find a pin. But I could not find a thing to open this Loctite. So I ended up taking the smallest drill bit I could find and then going up into it and doing it that way. So we're going to put our stock back on here, or our pistol grip. I'm going to put my bolt through the hole. I'm going to get this started. I hope you're in frame. Sometimes it's really hard to do these videos and know if I'm actually showing you guys what I'm doing, or you're just kind of seeing the aftermath of it. So anyway, a little Loctite on our pistol grip there. Give that a little bit of a turn. We don't want to over tighten that. That is going into aluminum. That is not long enough to reach in there like that, so we'll just have to get it as best we can from this end. Like I said, you don't want to over tighten this anyway, so get it as snug as you can get it. That should suffice. And that is the recommended customer service recommendation for fixing your Iver Johnson trigger takedown pin, and we'll see if it works. Anyway guys, thought I'd share that with you, seeing they got back with me fairly quick on that issue, and they're going to send me a front sight screw, and we'll see how that works out. And we'll get this puppy back out again in a day or two and put some more rounds through it. Anyway, I appreciate everybody who watches my videos, takes the time to leave comments, thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you, and until the next video, we'll see you later.